Let me ask you something. Have you ever studied English for months, even years, and people still say sorry when you speak? Not because you used the wrong word, but because your voice sounds unclear, and that moment hurts. You feel small. You feel behind. You feel like you are doing everything, but nothing changes. But listen carefully. This is not a talent problem. This is not an IQ problem. This is a training problem. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple method called shadowing that can help you fix your English pronunciation, improve your speaking clarity, and sound more confident in real conversations, even if you are shy, even if you are busy, even if you feel like you're too late. I'm Stacy, and this is English Learning Radio. Now let me tell you about a man who was exactly like you. Chapter 1. The moment you realize it's not your English, it's your mouth. Section 1. The pain. People understand my words, but they still don't respect my voice. He studied English every day, not once a week, every day. He memorized words on his phone during lunch. He watched lessons at night when his eyes were tired. He could read, he could write, he could even pass tests. So he thought, I'm improving. Then he spoke. At work, he asked a simple question. The other person leaned forward and said, "Sorry?" He repeated. Again, "Sorry?" A small smile appeared. Not rude, but not respect. More like pity. He felt his chest sink. He felt heat in his face. He laughed a fake laugh, like it was funny, but inside it hurt. That night he thought, maybe I'm just not smart, and that thought was heavy. But the truth was simpler. His English was not weak. His pronunciation was unclear. His message sounded weak, and people react to the sound before they react to the meaning. Section 2. The turning point. One small discovery that changes everything. A few days later, he watched a short video of a native speaker. The speaker sounded calm, clean, and confident. Not loud, just clear. He tried to repeat the sentence, but it still sounded wrong. Then he did something strange. He pressed play again and spoke at the same time, like an echo, not after, with the audio. At first, it was messy. He missed words. He stumbled. Then, for 2 seconds, something happened. His voice matched the rhythm. The stress felt right. He sounded close. He stopped and stared at his phone. 2 seconds, but it was real. At that moment, he understood pronunciation is not talent. It is muscle, timing, and habit. Section 3. The promise. Shadowing is a confidence skill, not just a speaking skill. That method has a name: shadowing. Shadowing means you speak with the audio, almost at the same time. You don't only learn words, you learn the music of English, the stress, the speed, the pauses, the emotion. And here is the secret. When you shadow, you stop guessing. You stop building sentences in fear. You start copying what real English actually sounds like. It's not only a speaking skill, it is a confidence skill. Because confidence comes from knowing what to do, not hoping. So today, I will show you a simple shadowing system you can do every day, even if you feel shy, even if you are busy, even if you think you are not talented. Now we build the real reason your pronunciation stays stuck and how shadowing breaks that trap. Chapter 2. Why your pronunciation stays bad, and it's not your accent. Section 1. The real enemy. Reading English is not speaking English. Most learners practice English with their eyes. They read a sentence, they say it slowly, they try to be correct. It feels safe. It feels like school. But real English is not like that. Real English is fast, connected, and alive. Native speakers don't pronounce every word like a robot. They connect sounds. They reduce sounds. They stress only the important parts. They almost swallow the small words. So, when you read carefully, you train a style that people never use in real life. That's why your English can be correct, but still sound strange. It's not because you are stupid, it's because you trained the wrong thing. English lives in the mouth, not on the page, and your mouth learns from sound, not spelling. Section 2. The 3 things listeners really hear, not your vocabulary. When people listen to you, they don't check your grammar first. They feel you. They hear rhythm. They notice stress. They sense if your sounds are clear enough to relax. If the rhythm is wrong, they work too hard to understand and they get tired. If the stress is wrong, your meaning feels weak, even if the sentence is correct. If the sounds are unclear, they stop trusting the message. This is why 2 learners can say the same words, but one sounds confident and one sounds lost. So here are the 3 real targets: rhythm, stress, and clear sounds. Shadowing trains all 3 at the same time without you overthinking. People don't judge your English level, they judge your signal. Section 3. The identity shift, from trying to training. Trying is emotional. Training is calm. When you try to speak, you hope it works. If it fails, you feel shame. When you train pronunciation, you expect mistakes. You repeat anyway. Shadowing turns speaking into training. You copy a model, you repeat it. You measure one thing. Did I match the rhythm? Did I match the stress? This changes your identity. You stop being a man begging for confidence. You become a man building a skill. And yes, repetition can feel boring, but boredom is not danger. Boredom is where progress lives. Weak men hope. Strong men repeat. If you can accept that, your voice will change faster than you think. Now you'll learn the shadowing system, simple enough for beginners, strong enough to change your voice. Chapter 3. The Shadowing System. Simple, daily, no confusion. Section 1. Step 1. Choose the right audio, or you will fail. Shadowing is powerful, but only if you choose the right audio. If the speaker is too fast, you will feel stupid. If the topic is boring, you will stop after 2 days. If the voice is unclear, you will copy confusion. So keep it simple. Choose short clips, 10 to 20 seconds, not 5 minutes. You want something you can repeat without pain. Choose a clear voice, calm, natural, not a movie with loud music, not a crowded street interview. And choose a topic that matches your life: discipline, confidence, work, health, money, a strong life. Because when the message feels personal, you copy with emotion, and emotion makes learning stick. Your audio is your teacher. Pick a weak teacher, get weak results. Good audio is like a good gym. It makes you want to return. Section 2. Step 2. The 4-run method. Listen, read, shadow, shadow blind. Here is the system. 4 runs. Same clip. Run 1. Listen only. Don't speak. Just listen. Let your brain feel the rhythm like music. Run 2. Read with the audio. Soft voice. Don't fight the speed. Just follow, like you are walking behind someone in a crowd. Run 3. Shadow with the audio. Speak at the same time. Yes, even if you miss words, keep moving. The goal is rhythm, not perfection. Run 4. Shadow blind. No text, only sound and memory. This is where your mouth starts to learn real speaking. 4 runs. Take only a few minutes, but the effect is big. because your brain gets the same sentence in different ways. 4 runs, same clip, new voice. If you do this daily, your mouth starts to copy English automatically. Section 3. Step 3. The one thing you must copy, not words. Most learners copy words. Shadowing is different. You copy timing. English is like a drum. Some words are strong, some words are soft. If you stress everything, you sound tense. If you stress nothing, you sound sleepy. But when you stress the right words, you sound clear. So here is a simple trick. While you listen, tap your finger on the stressed words. Tap, tap, tap. Feel the beat. Then shadow while keeping the same tapping pattern. Your mouth will follow your finger. Your voice will follow the beat. It sounds too simple, but it works. And when stress improves, many sounds improve by themselves. People start understanding you faster. You feel less pressure. You start enjoying speaking. Pronunciation is not a dictionary problem, it's a rhythm problem. Now we fix the biggest fear. I shadow, but I still sound wrong. This is where most people quit. Chapter 4. The Fix. How to sound clearer in 7 days without magic. Section 1. Day 1 to 2. The slow shadow that builds control. In the first 2 days, don't chase speed, chase control. Many learners hear fast English and panic. They try to run before they can walk, then they fail and they quit. So do this instead. Use slower playback if you need. 0.75 speed is fine. Shadow slowly, but match the stress and the pauses. Make your voice steady. And record one short run, just one, then listen once, not 10 times. If you listen too much, you start hating your own voice. That is poison. Your only goal on day 1 and day 2 is simple: calm sound. If you rush, you copy panic. If you slow down, you copy power. Control first, speed later. This is how strong skills are built. Section 2. Day 3 to day 5. The clear sound targets. 3 sounds only. Now, day 3 to day 5, we get sharper, but we stay smart. Do not try to fix every sound. That is how people burn out. Pick 3 targets. For many learners, it's TH in think and this. For many learners, it's ending sounds like work, stop, past. For some learners, it's R and L like right and light. During shadowing, when you hear your problem word, pause. Repeat that one word 5 times, slow, clean. Then go back into the clip and continue shadowing. This is a small loop inside the big loop. It keeps progress visible. It keeps your brain focused. Fix 3 sounds and people hear a different man. And the best part? You start noticing these sounds everywhere, even when you are not studying. Section 3. Day 6 to 7. The real-life test that changes identity. Day 6 and Day 7 are not about practice, they are about proof. Choose one real situation, a voice message, a short call, a 1-minute conversation. Not long, just 1 minute. Pick a simple script, a greeting, a short opinion, a tiny story from your day. Shadow that script first, using the 4 runs. Then speak it alone. Your heart may beat faster. That's normal. But when you send the message or speak the line, something changes inside you. You stop feeling like a student. You feel like a man using his skill. A new voice is useless in your room. Use it outside. This is where confidence becomes real. Not because you are perfect, but because you act while imperfect. But what if you feel embarrassed, lazy, or inconsistent? Now we protect your discipline so this skill sticks. Chapter 5. Discipline. How to shadow when you don't feel like it. Section 1. The 2-minute rule. Start small, stay strong. Some days you feel strong. Some days you feel empty. That's life. So don't build your English life on motivation. Build it on a rule. The rule is 2 minutes. On bad days, you do only 2 minutes. 1 clip, 1 run. That's it. No guilt, no drama. You keep the chain alive. Because the real enemy is not slow progress. The real enemy is stopping. 2 minutes sounds small, but it is a signal to yourself. I am still training. And that signal builds pride. 2 minutes is not small. It is proof you didn't quit. And when you start, many times you continue. That's the funny part. Section 2. The shame trap. Stop saying my accent is ugly. Let's talk about the silent pain. Many men don't practice speaking because they feel shame. They think their accent makes them look weak. So they stay quiet. They type messages. They avoid calls. They avoid jokes. They avoid being seen. But shame creates silence. Silence creates worse pronunciation. And then shame grows bigger. Listen, your accent is not ugly. It is simply untrained in English rhythm. That's all. You are not trying to erase who you are. You are trying to speak clearly so people can hear your ideas. Clarity is respect, not perfection. Respect. Your accent is not the enemy. Your silence is. And shadowing is private, safe. You can practice without anyone judging you. Then one day, you speak, and people lean in for a different reason. They lean in because your voice is clear. Section 3. The one-clip identity strategy. Here is a strategy that feels almost unfair. Choose one clip that sounds like your future self. Calm, strong, disciplined. The kind of man who doesn't beg for attention. He just speaks and people listen. Now shadow that same clip for 30 days. Yes, the same clip, because identity is repetition. When you repeat the same strong rhythm every day, your mouth changes, but also your mind changes. You start carrying that calm energy into your day. That clip becomes your mirror, your daily reminder, your daily standard. One clip can become your new personality in English. Now we finish with the final transformation. How this changes your life, not just your pronunciation. Chapter 6. The transformation from I speak English to I sound like I belong. Section 1. The new reality. People react differently when you sound clear. When your pronunciation improves, life feels lighter in small ways. People stop saying sorry so often. They stop looking confused. They answer faster. Conversations become smoother. You don't repeat yourself 3 times. You don't feel tired after one short talk. And something deeper happens. You stop entering rooms like a visitor. You stop speaking like you are asking permission. You start feeling like you belong. Not because your accent disappeared, but because your message arrives clean. Your rhythm feels natural. People relax when they listen to you. The world didn't change. Your signal changed. And when your signal changes, your confidence becomes quiet, real, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself. Section 2. The final challenge. Your 7-day shadowing promise. So, here is your promise. 7 days. 1 clip per day. 4 runs per clip. And record day 1 and day 7. Just a short recording. That's your proof. Don't wait for a perfect week. Start with a normal week, a busy week, a tired week, because that's real life. And when you finish day 7, listen to both recordings. You will hear change. Maybe not Hollywood change, but real change. The kind that makes you smile and think, okay, this is working. Don't watch this and stay the same. Do the work. Become the proof. Section 3. Closing loop. The line you repeat when you want to quit. When you feel like quitting, repeat this line. I don't need talent, I need reps. Say it again. I don't need talent, I need reps. Because the man from the beginning was never weak. He was untrained. He was using his eyes, not his ears. He was hoping, not training. Now you're different. Now you copy real English. You train rhythm. You train stress. You train clarity. And you take your voice into real life, even before you feel ready. You're not behind. You're just starting late, with more fire. So today, pick one clip. Press play. Speak with it. Borrow that strong voice until it becomes yours. And now, do not leave without taking one small action. Now listen, don't let this be just a video you watched. Let it be a line you crossed. Tonight or tomorrow morning, pick one short clip, only 10 seconds. Do the 4 runs and record your voice for day 1. That's your starting point. That's your proof. Then come back here and comment, Day 1, I started shadowing, even if you feel embarrassed, even if your voice is not perfect, because men who change don't hide, they show up. And if you want more simple English speaking training with calm motivation, subscribe to English Learning Radio. I'm Stacy, and I will help you build a voice that sounds clear, confident, and respected, one day at a time. You don't need talent. You need reps. See you next video. Bye.